This is the cold start video for the Jaguar XK 5 litre V8. The car has not been started up today and the owner isn't present, so I will conduct the cold start. So I put the ignition on. The bonger is beeping because the door is open. Everything looks to be normal in here. The only thing is when the ignition went on, it did say service required, so obviously there's a service requirement going on. Otherwise all looks to be intact, so I'm just going to stop the engine. Okay, we're now doing a test drive in a 2009 XK 5 litre V8 Auto, as they all are. We've moved the car around, well I've moved the car around quite a lot. It's sort of, in terms of engaging the gears and that sort of thing, when you're moving around everything works as it should do. The car's now nicely warmed up. So Ozzy, how long have you had the car?
Just on 12 months.
And the reason you've sold it or selling it is because?
I love the XK, and this particular XK sold me on Jaguar XKs, but I wanted now an XKR, so I've just bought an XKR.
From Trade Classics?
From Trade Classics, yeah.
Well, very good, and you're selling this one on Trade Classics, so
on Trade Classics,
well, that's a proper indemnity really, isn't it?
Yeah, and I would like to say that what I found as a buyer, the description of the car that I bought was absolutely perfect. I didn't go and see it, but when I got the car, it was perfect. So I thought, right, now as a seller, I trust Trade Classics, that they're going to describe my car here just like the one I bought in a fair way.
Good, and I hope we will do that, and in fact I'm sure we will. So I'd say, looking inside the car, the inside of the car is absolutely beautiful. There's not really a mark on it. There's hardly anywhere on the driver's seat, certainly none whatsoever on the back. The actual drive of the car, it's riding absolutely perfectly like a Jaguar should. There's no clonks or bonks or anything on the suspension. It's just as you would expect it, and very quiet, but that's because you haven't put your foot down yet, because there's too much traffic.
Exactly. Let's see what I can do when I get around the corner here. One thing. Shall I talk? Wait till we just get out of the village here. You can put your foot down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel a really lovely place to be, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
So how many miles have you done in the car since you've owned it?
Since I've had it, I've done 8,000.
Oh crikey, you've done quite a few then.
Is it 8,000, something like that? Well, I work up in Egham, so I use this every day, and I've taken it up to my daughter's farm in Didcot, so I've gone there a few times with it as well. But I love driving the car.
Yeah, you must do. That's quite a few miles in a year. That's great.
But, yeah. Well, it also tests the car. These cars are so well built.
Yeah.
You know, it's still very low at 84,000. It's still low mileage for the year, which is, I've always believed, is the best way to buy a car. Get it low mileage and obviously have it maintained all the way through.
Yeah.
That's the way
And have you had any maintenance done on it since you've owned it?
No, I haven't had to. Obviously, MOT. That's about it, actually.
Oh, I did notice.
And tyres at the back. Sorry.
And I did notice actually when I started it, it says service due or something.
Yeah.
On the dash.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it could do with the service now.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But in terms of the drivability of it, it doesn't feel like it's sort of like wanting anything, but it just needs to go in and have its oil changed or whatever is done at this particular mileage.
Absolutely. What I like about it is that there's plenty of torque in the engine, which means that it can go at slow speeds very comfortably, and it can go at faster speeds within the limit, of course, comfortably as well. And oddly enough, the MPG is not too bad on this. It says on the trip, if I get the trip up now, average 24.7 MPG.
That's not too bad, is it?
Yeah, I'm not so sure if it's as good as that, but I think it's not far off it. That's not bad for a 5 litre car.
No, not at all bad. But it's not really working at all hard, is it?
No, exactly.
Right, well, I think that we're going to manage to get our...
Doing a bit more.
I think that's probably ample. It feels really lovely. I don't think the next owner is going to be at all disappointed with it.
I hope not. I've always been very pleased with it, and but it'd be a bit too much to have 2 Jaguars.
Or 2 XKs.
2 XKs, yeah. Although I am particularly interested in Jaguars. I'm a member of the Jaguar Enthusiast Club, and I do have a V12 E-Type as well. So I know Jaguars, and I do love them a lot. And you get a lot of help with the club when trying to buy a new Jaguar or a different Jaguar. And this has always been a very popular one with the Jaguar Club, and probably it's going to be the classic car of the future.
I think it could well be, actually, because it feels so nicely. It's solid, isn't it?
Yep, exactly. Now we're on a slightly bumpy road, but you can't hear rattling or crackling that you would normally.
No. It's lovely. Oh, well, I think that concludes it. Good luck in the auction.
Right, thank you very much, and good luck, everybody.